Morning. We're here at road.cc with Bruce from Kinesis and two Tripsters. This is the original Kinesis Tripster ATR that we tested in 2013. It's a brilliant bike. It was a gravel bike before gravel bikes were even really a thing. But 3 years is a long time in bike design, so we've got a new version 2 now, and Bruce is going to tell us what's changed in those 3 years and how the new bike differs. So, off you go.
Hello everybody. Yeah, it's been a few years now, and we've taken quite a lot of change in the industry. As Dave said, when we did the first one, it was really one of the first gravel bikes out there, whereas now everyone's having a go at them, it's fair to say. And this is our beyond gravel bike. We want people to go out and do a little bit more than just ragging it off-road. We want people to go off and have adventures, and that's why we've made a few changes. So a few years ago, it wasn't possible to go for through axles, and now it's sort of solidified, and that 12mm through axle front and rear is really it meant that we can run a wider tyre. It keeps the wheel as stiff as previous, but we can now run 40mm tyres or up to 45mm. So we actually designed this to be able to take a 45mm tyre on a 700C wheel, or a 50mm on a 650B. So that's a 1.95 2-inch tyre. So you've got bag loads of clearance, British clearance, let's be honest. And it's meant that when we did the design, we wanted to keep the same consistent ride feel between this bike and this one, but also adding in that extra capability. I think that's the general trend of what we've done. So we've gone internal cable routing, so it keeps things cleaner and tidier for generally for riding longer. So we found that by adding a third bottle cage, because we didn't have the cable routing interrupted by the bottom bracket area, it meant there's a little bit more carrying capacity. So we work with athletes from all over the UK and actually riding around the world. So Ed Shute, who's one of our good friends, he was riding in the Himalayas and he couldn't get anywhere to put his bottle. He needed a fuel bottle place, and so that might be great if you're in the Himalayas, but for most days it's just great to be able to put a tool caddy down there or a stuff sack, those sort of things. Keeps things clean and tidy out of your back pocket, and so you can have a nice riding experience. So we've also beefed up that down tube area. Going a wider tyre means the bike can take more, so we need to toughen it up, take it. So before, this was definitely a crossover model between road and cross and gravel, whereas now we've got a really successful GF tyre disc, which road.cc have been very good enough to enjoy, and we've now made this sort of that beyond gravel category. We've flattened the top tube off at the rear section to stop top tube bags rotating for that adventure. We're going off for long weekends away, or just going off and doing a 200k gravel ride. You might actually want to carry a little bit more than you can fit in your back pocket. We've kept the same 31.6 diameter seat post to allow you to have a big saddlebag off the back if you're going off on a weekend epic, or frankly just because we wanted to keep that consistent ride feel. So by going to a bigger tyre, we put the comfort into the tyre, and it means that you can continue to have that playful stiffness that quite a lot of people enjoyed with the previous bike, and still being comfortable. I mean, tyres is inherently comfortable as a material. We've kept the same hourglass stays, but we've increased the clearance significantly here. So this is a 40mm V rail tyre on there, but we've still got really large clearance. And we've gone flat mount front and rear. So now we only offer the frame as a frame only. Previously it came with a fork. That's basically a reflection of choice. So we have a straight bladed fork for people who want a more direct ride feel. We've got a curved bladed one for people who want to slightly slow the handling down, add a bit more comfort to the front end, and it's an aesthetics thing. Again, both through axle options, and we still have the previous fork. So what's great about this frame is that we have a swap out drop out system on the back, so you can run a QR one if you want to continue your wheels from your previous sort of road disc bikes. You can swap them over and have that compatibility. So it comes out of box with through axle. You can buy separately a QR rear end. We still keep the rack and guard mounts as well, which is a key thing for that ultimate do it all and capability. And the frame is now, it's going to be in stock with Kinesis dealers around the UK from early next week.
Great. So lots to change, but essentially the heart of the bike's still the same. still a great all-purpose gravel adventure bike. We're going to take the new one out and the old one, going to have a quick ride, and we'll tell you what we think. Let's go.
Great.
So Dave and Bruce took you through the details of the new bike a little earlier, and we just got back from a ride on the bike. As you know, it's designed for tackling a multitude of terrains from road to gravel and muddy tracks, and that's what we've gone and done on it. We've taken it into the hills around Bath. We've been riding country lanes, byways, bridleways, even a stream to really put it through its paces, and it delivers an excellent ride. I'm really impressed with the way it handles the transition from the road to the off-road. On the road, it's a really nice bike to ride. It's very smooth. It's got that classic titanium ride. The steering is quite lazy, but in a good way. Put it through a fast descent with a few corners, and it's really steady and stable, really planted. You can really hold a lot of speed through the bends. Off-road, it's very capable. These tyres, they provide quite a bit of grip, even the muddy tracks we've been riding. And that long wheelbase and the relaxed nature of the geometry gives it that stability you need in off-road terrain. So first impression, very good. We look forward to put some more miles into it, and stay tuned for more on this bike very soon.